Oh, but I have no more cells. Damn.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of LJ Sorta Good. If you're tuning in for the first time, welcome to the channel. I had a great gameplay video that I was going to share with you guys, but then I realized that my audio was missing. So, sometimes you got to turn nothing into something, and today I decided to do just that. And I've got a video here I want to talk about the importance of loot management and managing your inventory, your backpack, all of that in Apex Legends. It's something that I feel like doesn't get talked about a lot, but I've found myself in many games without syringes, just like I'm about to show you guys here. This guy and this team are pushing up on us, and we would have had this win. We could have given this team the business, but instead we lost. And it was pretty embarrassing, honestly. I did my part, but my team let me down. I'm going to blame them. JK, teams, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. But this guy tried to push me. I wanted to take him on. Go ahead and pop a shield battery. All is good. All is well. And then I look to my left, and there's this guy. He wants to push me. So, all right, I give him the business. Guy's struggling. All right. LJ gives him the business again. Knocked. All right, cool. But guess what? I don't have any more syringes or batteries or anything at this point. This is my last two.
Damn.
And so I know his teammates are going to come try to revive him. And unfortunately, there's nothing I can do. My teammates are both down or about to be down. Okay, now they're both down. And this is just it. Game over. So if you don't want this to happen to you, stay tuned. All right, so let's start with the jump. Rule number one in Apex Legends is as soon as you hit the ground, you take off running. And unfortunately, this Octane is faster than I am whenever we hit the ground, so he beats me to all the loot. But the key is to grab everything that you can. You don't have time to look at your inventory. You just grab everything. If there are multiple guns around, you could be nice and leave one for your teammate, but you don't know how good they are. In this case, I didn't grab anything, so I got knocked off the drop ship, or supply ship, I mean. I got chased by this Vantage. Well, I started chasing her. So I'm going to chase this Vantage down, and if you don't know the maps in Apex, learn the maps. Because I knew there were loot bins over here. There was about 3 of them, and I wanted to make sure that I got a gun. I knew that she could only carry 2, so I figured I'm going to try to risk it for the biscuit. I start blasting. I blast, and then I fumbled this one pretty bad. My teammates did come to the rescue, though, so these guys saved me, but you can see how important it is to grab guns. Unfortunately, our team didn't make it very far because we sucked. But here's another drop, and I want to show you guys again how important it is to know where loot is, know where you're dropping in, grab and go. You'll notice here I let my teammate grab the bin because they already beat me to it. There's no point in sitting here trying to open a bin and only have attachments in there. And when it comes to attachments, you want to make sure you grab everything that you can as far as mags. Mags are the most important thing I say to hold on to. Don't drop those until you figured out what gun you want. If no one's ever told you, it's important to make sure you practice using all these guns without the attachment because look at this. This guy sneaks up on us. Blast, blast, blast. Took him out. Team was prepared. His teammates were probably looting. Don't know how to do inventory management because they haven't watched this video. But we've got a leg up here. This one's pretty funny. This has nothing to do with the video really. It's kind of the complete opposite. So what happens when you have no inventory, no loot, and you just have a bad drop? Well, unfortunately in Apex, you get your butt handed to you. So in this case, I come in here, I'm trying to find loot. My teammates literally are like, so long, you're on your own. These guys already looted out here. I have no idea what to do. Grenades everywhere. I just decide to jump off. And unfortunately, I'm Jibby, so there's nowhere to really run or hide or do anything other than throw a dome bubble, which isn't really going to do much in this sense. Look, it's all already unlooted. Oh, look at that. I found a gun finally. Blasted. Didn't even stand a chance. Just destroyed. And my teammate's like, sorry dude, you're on your own. So yeah, there's days like this in Apex. They exist. Alright guys, so I'm in the firing range. I figure this will be a little bit easier to give you some visuals as to some of my tips and tricks and all the goodies that I feel like you. So let's say you drop in, I grab a P2020, usually my luck. This is usually the first gun that I grab because it's the worst gun in the game for me, and I just have no skill when it comes to this. I'll drop this up. So you open up your backpack, you got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 slots. What are you going to do with those slots? So let's talk about the items you got. You got your light ammo, or any of your ammo types. So you got your heavy ammo right there, energy ammo right there, and the good thing about this game is the guns coordinate with their ammo type. So if you look down in that bottom right corner, this gun's blue ammo type is heavy. Even if you don't know what type of ammo it is, you at least know what color it is. Same with the sniper rifles. Pick one of those up, purple ammo. Easy enough, right? Yeah, in theory. Shotguns, same thing, red ammo. Bam. just like that. So at least the people of Apex made it a little bit straightforward. Something else that's worth noting if you are completely new to this game is here you'll see where it says 3 seconds use time, and then this is going to be 5 seconds, this is going to be 5 seconds, this is going to be 8 seconds, and the Phoenix kit is 10 whole seconds. If you want to use an ultimate accelerant, it's 7 whole seconds. So that's a lot of seconds. You just keep that in mind when you're using these things. Make sure you plan ahead, make sure you time it all right, because it's all important. As far as scopes go, I wouldn't go too crazy about trying to find a scope in the beginning of the game. Grab what you can, and if you find one, great. If you don't, you don't. Laser sights are pretty important, barrel stabilizers are pretty solid, but depends on the gun. If you've got a Devotion, you're gonna wanna make sure you grab a barrel stabilizer. So if you pick one up and you don't have space in your inventory for it, you know, just be ready. But let's say your inventory looks like this. You wanna pick up stuff that you know you're gonna wanna hold on to. So in my case, anytime I come across a skull piercer, I will leave a spot in my backpack for it and hang on to it a little bit longer. And the thing that I always sacrifice are gonna be my throwables. I'll always throw those to the side because I'd rather have heals, ammo, and then attachments for something I'm looking for. So if I come across a turbocharger, you best believe that LJ's picking that up, and I'm gonna hang on to it until I find a Devotion or a Havoc. Light mags, heavy mags, any sort of mags, gold, they're straight money. And if you don't believe me, watch this. 20 rounds is all I have right now. 20 rounds in the flatline. Let me go ahead and pick up some more ammo. 20 rounds. You know what that means? If you're someone like me and you don't have, you know, the best aim, watch this. Look at that, 2 rounds left. If I missed even just a little bit, that's 2 rounds. I'm gonna put this mag back on. Okay. Let's say you gotta reload. This is why it's important to have a mag. It could literally be a game changer. Alright, so let's go back to the backpack. So you got your ammo, you've got your thermites, your grenades, and your arc stars. Throwables, good to go. Then you got your shield cells, your shield batteries, your syringes, your med kits, and your Phoenix kits. You're gonna have your ultimate accelerants, and then over here, different backpack types. And so it'll tell you right here, you can carry 4 more items than you can with just this one. This one gives you 2 more items, so you go from 10 to 12. And this one goes from 10 to 14. This one goes to 10 to 16. The gold backpack is pretty cool. It has this normal 16 slots just like the purple backpack, but the difference between that and all the other backpacks is you can stack your survival items. So now you can stack 2 Phoenix kits, 3 shield batteries in one slot, and 3 med kits in the other slot, which means that you know you're not supposed to be a stingy little ass, and you're supposed to share things with your teammates. So you're the person who's got all of these, so you're able to carry everything. So make sure you stock up, make sure you really stack these things deep and have enough loot for your teammates. Don't be charging them tree fitty for everything. That's not cool. We don't do that around here. Alright, so let's say you drop in, got your P2020. Let me drop this prowler. So you got your P2020, this is your first gun. What are you gonna do? Grab as much ammo as you can. 14 rounds is not enough to fight with. You'll get a nice easy 120 with 14 loaded and ready to go, so really you got a whole nice 134, and that should be enough to kill some people, kill some folks. So let's say you got your secondary gun now. You're able to drop in, you find the secondary weapon. For me, usually a prowler. So let's say I got a prowler, a P2020, and I'm crazy and I decide to make the P2020 my primary weapon. What I like to do is I'll try to stack up enough to at least get 3 stacks of my primary weapon, and then my secondary, I'll usually go crazy. I'm just kidding, I won't go crazy, but I'll usually stack enough to get 2. So this is with no backpack. So if you're unfortunate, you have no backpack, this is usually what I do. I stack my first row entirely with ammo, and I usually do it like that. So I'll have 3 for my primary and 2 for my secondary. That's more than enough ammo. So now let's talk about health items. So I usually try to carry, you drop in and you got your syringes, med kits, you start off with those 2. So you're gonna have those automatically. So what you're gonna wanna do, I always recommend at least carrying 4 of each. So it's doing something like that. If you're able to find a shield battery, grab one of those. If you grab a Phoenix kit, you don't need a Phoenix kit too early on in the game, but I love having a Phoenix kit. Just a personal preference, and if you guys have any ideas while you're watching this, be sure to drop some tips. I'd love to hear what you guys think. So I've got the Phoenix kit, 1 shield battery, 4 shield cells, 4 syringes, and then this last item I'll usually reserve for a thermite or a grenade. I like thermites more than grenades, and then grenades are my second favorite. Arc stars are my least favorite. They're a little tricky to use, but that's a story for a whole nother day. So this is what my inventory looks like when I have no backpack. No backpack at all. A couple things that I want to point out here too is, let's say you drop in, and let's say I'm going to get rid of my Prowler, and you're somehow able to pick up a Prowler, and you're somehow able to pick up a P2020 and a G7. So you got something for close range and something for mid-range to long range. And now, what I like to do is, since I can carry the same ammo type, if I have a mid-range to long-range weapon, I don't really carry a lot of ammo for it. So I'm going to reserve in my head 60 for just the G7, and these are going to be for close range. And so now I can just double up on this ammo and carry this much of just light. And that makes things a little bit easier. So if you have a combination that works for you, that is the same ammo type, I tend to do this pretty often. So if I play, for example, I like to play Rampart, which many people, you know, are going to question that. But when I play Rampart, I'll usually run a Devotion and a Triple Take. So I'll be set. And then that way I can carry just energy ammo. And since energy ammo is a little harder to come by, I don't always recommend this combination of carrying the same 2 ammo types, but it all just depends on your playing style. You know, there's no right or wrong way to do this unless you're filling your inventory with no medkits, no syringes, no nothing, and you're just hoping that you don't get shot. That's, I wouldn't say that's a smart idea. I wouldn't necessarily classify that as a 100 IQ plan, but you know, to each their own. I don't hate. This is a loving community that I'm trying to build here. So let's go back to this. So let's say you got 2 different ammo types right now. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna put this back, I'm gonna drop this, and it looks like this. So now I'm gonna go ahead and pick up a backpack. Alright, now I got a level 1 backpack, which gives me 2 more slots. So what am I going to do with these 2 slots? What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep my ammo just about the same. That's plenty of ammo right there. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stack up on my shield batteries. Whenever you get to anything past a level 2 shield, level 3, level 4, and even the level 5 shield right there, you're going to want to make sure that you have at least 2 different shield batteries. I can't tell you guys enough how important it is to have at least 2. If you can carry 4, carry 4. I would honestly have 4 cells and 4 of these shield batteries before I double up on the cells. Because cells you'll come by, you will find cells, you will find syringes, but shield batteries, there's a reason they're in the replicator. And then with this new season and the ring changes, I would say make sure you have medkits. At least 2. If you have a lifeline, then you can be a little bit more flexible on the medkits. Alright, but let's say this is what your inventory looks like. I usually don't carry that many syringes. I'll usually reserve this slot for another throwable. So at any given moment, this is roughly what my layout looks like. I like this the best. And sometimes, depending on how I'm playing, I'll usually drop a thermite. And like I said, I like to keep a Phoenix kit on me. So occasionally I'll do this. And depending on how you play, you're going to want to think about what your play style is like. Some people love having bats, some people like having cells, some people like playing with gold armor. If you're new to this game completely, the good thing with the gold armor, 1 cell puts back 2 cells on your shield. And bam, just like that, you're fully healed up. But let's say you're somebody that plays a movement character. That's going to be your Horizons, your Valkyries, those types. And you're able to get in and out of a fight. You just get out of that fight. Sometimes you want to pop a shield battery. So that's why shield batteries are nice. But let's say
Arc star sent.
You get a little damage. Ooh, ouch, that hurt. This is when a Phoenix kit would be handy, but a Phoenix kit takes a long time
1 moment, I must
to get
get a
off.
Phoenix kit.
A long time. So you gotta wait a whole 10 seconds for this Phoenix kit to actually do its thing. Not always convenient. And then once you get past that, I mean, the backpacks really just make everything better. So now, let's say you got this, What I like to do is I carry a 4 stack of shield batteries, and if you can carry more, great. I'll usually double up on the grenades and syringes, and I'll usually have something like this. This is a little bit more crazy, I would say, but it's something I do occasionally, because sometimes I'm the kind of person that likes to do
Frag
this.
grenade sent. Frag grenade sent. Thermite grenade sent. Throwing
I don't
thermite
know, something
grenade.
about bombarding people. I don't know why I said that weird. Something about bombarding people with grenades and thermites is just frustrating, and I know that I could see them throwing their keyboard, you know, and their mouse whenever people do that to them. So I'm that guy. So, you know, something like this. Some people would say get rid of these and double up on your syringes and your cells. And do something like this. I should say I like this layout a lot, but I would drop this syringe stack. If I find myself needing more than 1 or 2 syringes, I'm using a med kit. I hate using multiple syringes back to back. And if you're not sure what these do, each one of these does 25, and then these guys do 100%. When it comes to ultimate accelerants, it depends what character you play with, truly and honestly. If you play someone like, let's say, Octane, and you need a jump pad, I don't think a jump pad is worth carrying an ultimate accelerant for. If you're someone like Horizon, Wattson can stack these. It's good if you're a Wattson to actually carry ultimate accelerants, but you just gotta look at the character that you're using and decide if it's worthwhile. Bloodhound is fun to use, but I can wait for his ultimate to come back. I'm not really too worried about the ultimate accelerants for Bloodhound. It all comes down to personal preference, but just a quick little video, and like I said, this is my idea, these are my opinions, this is how I like to stack my inventory. If you got any ideas, questions, comments, concerns, anything I forgot to mention in this one, please do me a favor and just leave a comment down below. It's a pleasure to talk Apex with anyone and everyone who's interested.